silence. These are more than poems or spoken words. These are testimonies. With every word I keep it 100. Others they telling testimonies, unholy matrimonies, saying some truths and spilling half stories. But God has brought or bring you out. Testify, you should give him the glory and stay open and see the lives that it changed. We're losing lives because we're feeling ashamed and while we're feeling ourselves. We are killing ourselves, killing me and killing her too, to get delivered. Deliverance is true, and it's true to be able to deliver. God is a true healer. Yes, he healed you. Say it so you can heal me and we can heal them too. Because I need you. You need me and she needs us to survive. No more silence. Our souls have got to revive and stay true and tell her how rough, how tough it really was, how God has carried you through and how you really was, what happened. We need to be our sisters back and just tell the truth. Whatever you do, however go through, I go through it for you. You go through it for me. He go through it for them, and they go through it for we. Through it for us. If I stay hushed on my addictions, breakdowns, and abuse, my sisters will stay in bondage and shackles will never get loose. So I choose to speak, even though it exposes causes of my bones that reek. I stay open, hoping that my words will save a life. Save the mind of a sister, lift a brother, restore a husband and wife. Listen, listen, listen to God. He'll give you when, who, and where. Reveal how much to bear, and sometimes for your situation, he'll just leave you bare to dare step out for all to see. Either way, silence is not the key. Because it unlocks doors of hatred, depression, unworthy misery. Silence is bondage, and bondage is pain. Your words can be your sister's umbrella through her rain, or hearing your testimony can help her through the week to maintain. Say something. Say something, because words can heal. Say something. Say something, because saying nothing can kill.
If a tree falls in the middle of the forest, does it make a sound? If I go through hell and back and never tell a soul, am I still bound? If my situation allowed me to speak freely and it freed someone of their situation, then my words would have the power of freedom, and the power of bondage would be in my silence. And though I have the right to remain silent, it would be wise that before I exercise it, that I first analyze it, the reason why I'm quiet. Like when I listen to others' testimonies only to tuck mine away like a rainy day, when some people are having rainy weeks and stormy months and their forecast isn't clearing up. Is it fear or what that keeps me numb to the fact that this brother's barely holding on while I'm holding back? Maybe it's because I take pleasure in the sins that I hate that are done in secret. So if I speak it, it becomes public. So it's hard for me to even utter to this brother to stop doing something when I love it. But I hate it. And it's embarrassing, so I hide it. Sometimes too ashamed to even say his name, let alone try to fight it. But I will not be silent. And just thinking about someone I could be helping just gets me excited. But I'm divided. Am I selfish or selfless? Selfish because I allowed my brother to suffer the same temptation, continually tested and tested and tested, the same as if he was arrested and I turned my head and pretended I didn't see him, knowing that I was holding critical evidence that might free him. Or am I selfless because I protect the fragile faith of new believers who believe that I'm perfect because they watch me every day and no flaws ever found? I can barely swim now. A millstone to definitely make me drown. So I ask you again, am I still bound? Because if you listen, you can hear the still sound of silence. Christians chained and gagged by the thought of a reputation tainted, an impure image painted through the hands of a blind artist who doesn't know if he's accurate or not, just trying to prove corrupt character. But who cares about a blind artist when I'm trying my hardest to save souls? But souls are tricky. I mean, I don't want to expose things too quickly, because if my thoughts start leaking, would you still consider me a deacon? I mean, if I revealed my past, would our friendship still last? Because if I speak from my heart, it might tear you apart. If I confess my sins, you see all the mess that I was in. If I spilt my guts, you think that this boy was nuts, completely insane, because no Christian would ever do those things. The devil is a liar, and he doesn't play fair. But it's hard to expose what's already laid bare. I was addicted to pornography. And this same trick of lust tricks us into sin, which makes people look with disgust. But this same trick was discussed 3,000 years back. Now the trick is in tricking us in not discussing the clear facts. Just like alcoholics with jobs, you have fully functional Christians, fully functioning in their positions, never missing a step or giving any inkling of a hint that something might be wrong, that they might need to repent. But oh, how powerful would it have been if someone had told me way back then that sin playing with their homeboy, yeah, that right there, you don't want to let set in, because it seems innocent, but it's a monster, definitely intended to harm you. It'll destroy you, your family, your ministry, your church home, and break through your little Christian armor. And don't think you're the first one like Obama. Many have dared to venture off into unknown waters, only to get slaughtered. Not just sons, but also daughters. It has no respect of person. Lust latch on to you till you disrespect yourself as a person. And I'm not just speaking words and dry lines. I'm speaking from the heart with minds. So you ain't gotta go through the same things I did and waste years off your life trying to get right like I did. And I will not sit back and watch as you suffer the same temptation, continually tested and tested and tested, knowing that I have the power with my words as soon as I profess it. Because if my words have the power of freedom, then my silence is a prison.
And if I knew that he was dying and I stayed silent, then my words can heal him. If my words had the power of freedom, then my silence is a cell.
I might be able to hide it by staying silent, but I would never make bail. Because if my words have the power of freedom, then my silence is death row.
And what's the glory of going through it if I never let no one know? Because if my words had the power of freedom, then my silence is a prison. My silence is a prison. My silence is a prison.